Daily Bible reading, 2 Kings chapter 20. In those days Hezekiah fell dangerously ill. The prophet Isaiah, son of Amoz, came and said to him, "Thus said the Lord, set your affairs in order, for you are going to die. You will not get well." Thereupon Hezekiah turned his face to the wall and prayed to the Lord. He said, "Please, O Lord, remember how I have walked before you sincerely and wholeheartedly, and have done what is pleasing to you." And Hezekiah wept profusely. Before Isaiah had gone out of the middle court, the word of the Lord came to him. "Go back and say to Hezekiah, the ruler of my people, Thus said the Lord, the God of your father David, I have heard your prayer. I have seen your tears. I am going to heal you. On the third day you shall go up to the house of the Lord, and I will add 15 years to your life. I will also rescue you and this city from the hands of the king of Assyria. I will protect this city for my sake and for the sake of my servant David." Then Isaiah said, "Get a cake of figs." And they got one, and they applied it to the rash, and he recovered. Hezekiah asked Isaiah, "What is the sign that the Lord will heal me, and that I shall go up to the house of the Lord on the third day?" Isaiah replied, "This is the sign for you from the Lord, that the Lord will do the thing that he has promised. Shall the shadow advance 10 steps or recede 10 steps?" Hezekiah said, "It is easy for the shadow to lengthen 10 steps, but not for the shadow to recede 10 steps. So the prophet Isaiah called to the Lord, and he made the shadow which had descended on the dial of Ahaz recede 10 steps. At that time, King Baladan, son of Baladan of Babylon, sent envoys with a letter and a gift to Hezekiah, for he had heard about Hezekiah's illness. Hezekiah heard about them, and he showed them all his treasure house, the silver, the gold, the spices, and the fragrant oil, and his armory, and everything that was to be found in his storehouses. There was nothing in his palace or in his realm that Hezekiah did not show them. Then the prophet Isaiah came to King Hezekiah. "What," he demanded of him, "did those men say to you? Where have they come from to you?" "They have come," Hezekiah replied, "from a far country, from Babylon." Next he asked, "What have they seen in your palace?" And Hezekiah replied, "They have seen everything that is in my palace. There was nothing in my storehouses that I did not show them." Then Isaiah said to Hezekiah, "Hear the word of the Lord. A time is coming when everything in your palace, which your ancestors have stored up to this day, will be carried off to Babylon. Nothing will remain behind, said the Lord. And some of your sons, your own issue, whom you will have fathered, will be taken to serve as eunuchs in the palace of the king of Babylon." Hezekiah declared to Isaiah, "The word of the Lord that you have spoken is good," for he thought, "It means that safety is assured for my time." The other events of Hezekiah's reign, and all his exploits, and how he made the pool and the conduit and brought the water into the city, are recorded in the annals of the kings of Judah. Hezekiah slept with his fathers, and his son Manasseh succeeded him as king.